So that's basically the,
Question for Alan.
yes.
How many, you might have said this, I might have missed it. How many people responded to, how many specific Planetarium or responded to that survey?
She was on the first slide. I'll bring it back up.
569, but what was the
No,
breakdown?
that was the total survey number.
130. Okay.
What was the breakdown between schools and universities and all that?
Couldn't tell you offhand. I've got that on my computer, but I don't. But I can come. Anybody who wants to talk specifically, will share the findings with what we get. But it actually was quite a large sample size for both giant screen. It was so significant within what we were talking about. For something that was just not scientific, it was just put out there. Let's see what happens. Giant screen is totally different. As I mentioned before, the planetarium market is digital, and a lot of it has gone digital already. And they've adapted digital technology certainly more than 10 years ago, where large screen, giant screen technology is in an evolution where they're starting to go away from film in some cases, and they're concerned about it today. There has not been a rush in the giant screen industry, in the dome business, to go digital yet. They're waiting to see what's going on. So concerned with cost, obviously, is a big issue. But really, one of the topics that we hear time and again is around the content. What's the content going to look like? And they are concerned that film is going to go away, so that's a driver. But when film goes away, what does that mean? What's going to be left for them digitally? So film going away. They're also looking at lower cost of operation, whatever that means. Cost of film, and when you acquire film, it's quite expensive to bring it in, so they're looking at digital, reducing those costs, and as well as cost of operation that goes with that, and the content. Those are the big issues for them. They know changes are going to happen, but they're not sure how it's going to manifest itself. As Jeff Kirsch mentioned in his presentation yesterday, in the world of 1570 displays, film displays, an IMAX film is stunning quality. It's always been a very high benchmark, and so the people in the giant screen market want to have that same quality in their display going forward, so it's really important to them. Strangely, they ask for a lot of flexibility in their programming. Now, flexibility is something that comes with the planetarium market, digital planetarium, quite well. There's a lot of things you can do in there because people are creating their own content, or a lot of suppliers in that area. But in the giant screen market, it typically has been where there's been movies created, so pre-rendered content that's available to be able to bring into the dome. So flexibility means different things to different people in that space. Okay, again, looking at the orange as being very important to the blue to being important. Going through image quality is clearly highest on their list. But then it comes down into content, and then again, image quality items are very, very important. Strange 3D capability is down lower in the pack. It's not top of mind within this dome community for giant screens.
Wouldn't that be because they assumed that they were going to get that and they don't have to worry about it, right?
That could very easily be. That could very easily be. Yeah, it could be in the same.
If it was going to cost twice as much, then that would be a concern.
Yes.
But they know it's coming.
And you didn't do giant screen flat screens, dome giant screens, correct? In your survey?
Both.
You did do flat screens
Yeah.
as well. I would think the flat screens would be more concerned about
3D domes, absolutely. Yeah, the domes, the immersive space with domes just works well. But it is an issue. It is, how does it get done? Okay, this is talking about when people are looking at doing transition. When are they going to go from film to digital? And the largest portion, over 30%, in the next 2 years, they say. And they say 3 years or more. So you can see that there's some people are looking to upgrade now, but it looks like it's a good significant portion are still delaying that decision. When asked about the type of format and capability that they want to do, because they're restricted in their format, because it's a film format that they typically live with, you know, does it restrict what they're doing? Yeah, and yes, they believe, and sometimes they believe. But the fact that they're thinking of doing other types of content other than just film in their theater is what we pull out of this slide. These are the topics that they want to get. In the giant screen business, it's referred to as like this genre of the content that they're wanting to do. And it tends to be tied into the type of museum it is. So an aerospace museum, Air and Space, would focus on aviation. It's like the Air Force Museum in Dayton, Ohio. They want aviation content. So for them, science is not that important. So this tends to be things that are more mission related at a high level as opposed to a specific topic. So in the giant screen characteristics, in where things are going on, there is an uncertainty around the technology choice and what the technology specifications are. Martin Howe on our staff will talk about the DIGS standards going forward in the giant screen market for technology. There is a need for a broad range of content. People are looking for that, and flexibility. They're not sure where all the new digital media is going to come from, so they want to have flexibility in being able to display. And going from a very stable content providing market or technology, they're now going to go into the digital world, which will be different for them. The quality of the image is crucial. There's also the shift that is a concern, but the content themes are very similar: science, natural history, and space. Planetariums, because of the ticketing models that there are, there's only there's 30% that don't charge, or it's bundled in with the entrance level. It makes for a different look for the industry itself. So their concerns are similar. In fact, the content pipeline is important. That, getting repeat visits, you have to have more content, good quality content, to get those repeat visits. But again, it comes in through the content pipeline. Star shows obviously fit with what they're doing, but there are new things that are being adopted. If you think about space information, frankly, the Earth is a really important planet to us, and so there's a lot more focus now on Earth sciences that are going on. And then technology. Technology is important. They are planning on growing in that area as the other slides go through. So when you start comparing the two, there are some differences in the financial models, but really the similarities are the content. It really drives everything that goes on in both industries. Technology, they're very similar in technology. They're looking for a digital display that's really high performance. They're looking at future-proof. They don't want to get left behind. And really, they do look for audience engagement, however that manifests itself. In the planetarium market, because there's a lot of interaction between live presenters and the audience, that's how they're being successful in differentiating themselves. So in summary, yeah, similarities between the applications, very much so. Technology and content obviously are common in what's going on. So we're saying that, yeah, convergence is evident, and you can tell by just the conversations that go on in this crowd. So IMERSA, IPS, and GSCA pull these different groups together. Any specific questions beyond that there might be?
John, are you posting this online? Asking the question, are you posting this online?
Yes. Yeah. This will be on your website. Yes.